Peace and love, y'all. How is everybody? This is another pick a card reading. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with your collective spread first, and then we'll go into the piles that you guys select. This reading is basically about where you are in regards to your manifestation journey. Just checking in on any type of manifesting. Okay, so we have three different piles to choose from. We have the fire magic pile, we have the spiritual bath pile, and the vision board slash scripting pile. Okay, so let's get started and see what comes out for you guys. As you see, I've already started cleansing, already cleansed the space, and that is dragon's blood sage. Okay, so let's start off first with your collective ancestor messages. So what is manifesting? Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure that this is okay. What manifestation is showing up in their reality this month? Whenever they're watching, what manifestations is manifesting for them in their reality this particular month? Okay. What is their collective message? Connect me to their ancestors at this time. Make sure that we are all connected to protection and high energy beings only. Anything of low vibration must leave, whether it be present or whether it be projected or sent. Okay. No more lingering energies. You could have had some sort of spiritual attachments at some point in time. Okay. You were being warned. You were giving signs of being warned about an energy vampire in your energy, in your environment. You're completely now in your own power, in your own energy, in your own essence, spiritually. So there's no external spiritual forces or spiritual manipulation messing with you at this time. You were basically told to kind of slow something down or kind of like take a pause with your energy from what I'm seeing here. And it was because you did have someone that was kind of sucking the emotion out of you, very thirsty for your emotional energy, your emotional reaction. That is the type of energy vampire that you were dealing with. They were definitely willing to feed off of just you caring. So you're someone that likes to pour into people. You're someone that likes to listen to people. Angel number 333. You're someone that, you're a caretaker, right? And so I do feel like when you started to feel exhausted and overwhelmed and things of that nature, just because you were listening to or caring for certain individuals or going to particular environments or being introduced to particular environments in which you were exhausted and overwhelmed in, this is where your emotional energy was being drained. The energy vampire that you were dealing with, their particular intention was to drink from your heart center, your emotional cavity, while creating emotional distress in your life. But again, I'm just letting you know, like, you guys are definitely clear from that lingering spiritual attachment at this time. I don't see it in your energy, but this is something that, this energetic vampire, they get an adrenaline rush for doing this, putting you in this energy of distress. Okay. And I just saw angel number 444. So don't stress, you guys. You are protected. Okay. Any more collective messages here? Any additional collective messages? Yeah, we have access denied. They are not allowed to be in your space, in your room, in your home, anywhere in your energetic aura. Okay, they're also not allowed in your future. Okay, so don't worry about that particular energy that you got rid of. Okay, because you did get rid of it. All right, anything else here? Any additional messages for the collective? Any additional messages? All right. This spiritual attachment was definitely testing your patience. All right. From what I'm seeing here, I am seeing a blessing coming in for you guys as well. So this is what you can start seeing. So it looks like whatever you did do in regards to whatever you're manifesting, you cleared out energetic vampire. You cleared out some sort of energetic attachment, spiritual attachment in the heart center. You cleared out things that were putting you in the energy of distress, making you overwhelmed, making you lose your temper, and things of that nature. Okay. Let's see what else. So that's definite something that you cleared out. Somebody could have did like some sort of bath and that worked. Okay. We're talking about a spiritual bath. So maybe your pile is the spiritual bath pile. Okay. Or you did something, some sort of spiritual ritual. Okay. Yeah. You conquered those spiritual demons. So yeah, there's a shift in mindset. You have more positivity, you know, you're more focused on high vibrational thoughts. Okay. The fear mindset could have also came from the energy vampire, making you experience certain emotions. Okay. You could have detoxed your mind. This could have been like a social media detox or a content type of detox, or basically like pulling the reins in regards to what types of content, what types of media you were exposing yourself to. Okay, maybe whoever you were following was not as beneficial for you, or who you were subscribed to wasn't as beneficial to you. But I'm seeing some sort of negative thought pattern that is banished. Okay, so I am seeing that as well. I do see that you're supposed to continue to renew your mindset every single day, introduce new forms of thinking, introduce new opinions and philosophies and theories. Okay. I am talking about somebody that likes to learn, somebody that likes to research. Okay. Or someone, I'm hearing like micro learning. Okay, as well. So you are definitely, this is a second confirmation on like there is blessings coming in the mundane. We have grand prize, claim it. Okay. So this particular week, there's something here that you are going to win, going to receive. It is a part of this blessing. Okay. Some of you guys, the energy that you were combating was also either gossip, hearsay, defamation of character, or evil eye energy. So jealousy, which is also a lower vibrational frequency. Jealousy actually blocks the throat chakra. And if it's mixed emotionally, it also blocks the heart center. So you guys could have experienced some blockages in regards to the throat chakra and the heart chakra when you was fighting off this energy. Anything else? Manifestations. Okay, sigils. Sigil magic, protection magic, removal of bad energy in regards to magic, something in regards to sigils. Okay, so sigils are basically like symbols, spiritual symbols that mean particular things for you to manifest that particular outcome. Okay. So I'm seeing a protection sigil is currently in effect for you. So you are protected and there's no spiritual attachment here for you at this time that could be affecting you. Currently, there is the removal of bad energy. And this was used through a carving of a sigil into a candle or into a jar, And there's also here burning sigils that have been activated within the last 2 hours, or within the last 2 hours from whenever you burned them. Okay, so that this is active. All right. Remember, when I decided to do this reading, this is more so of like what you are doing in terms of manifestations. Okay. And so you guys would know exactly what your technique, what your style, what you're more comfortable in doing, right? Whether this was you or whether you purchased this type of service from someone, or if you were partaking in this, manifestation stuff, okay? So and then this is just the collective. So take what resonates in regards to the collective, and then, go deeper, go another layer if you want to pick a pile and get more details, okay? And for those of you that want a one-on-one, you can visit me at spiritualistboutique.com. You can use the promo code CONNECT25 to get 25% off of any of my services. Anything else here? All right, we have third-party coven. All right. So the energy vampire that you were dealing with, the spiritual demons or entities or just lower vibrational energies that you were dealing with, definitely was sent by someone other than you. So this wasn't because you were doing spells yourself. Okay, so this is giving this energy of like someone was sending this energy to you. We have a third party. So there could have been a selective few people that were trying to spiritually attack you and send you things. Again, like I said, evil eye energy was coming out. Just people speaking negatively about you, about your energy, about you, what you bring to the table. That is also, casting negativity, right? Through word of mouth. But I'm also seeing someone took it another step to go purchase something. Angel number 1212. They went to someone that knows the trick of the trade, and they purchased a particular, spell, or maybe perhaps a particular candle or something like that. And then when you went ahead and you did a spiritual cord remover, spiritual cord destroyer, did that protection work, you went ahead and you banished certain negative energies and entities and stuff like that, then this was definitely dismantled, okay? Because that's what I'm actually seeing. Like, you detoxed your body, and so detoxing can also look like a spiritual bath, and they did say something about a spiritual bath, but they're also talking about candles as well, and perhaps burning something here, a petition or something like that, okay? And remember, you guys, we have some prayer warriors as well. And so prayer warriors, if you identify as a prayer warrior, you light your candle and then you pray, right? And therefore, it's still a form of, candle magic. Entry number 1313. You just change your style of prayer magic, right? That's like more leaning onto like hoodoo. Because hoodoo works very closely with the Bible and the Psalms and, root work and stuff like that, okay? Anyway, what's going on here? Any additional messages for the collective? Any additional messages for the collective in regards to what they're manifesting? So I see that you're like protecting your energy. That's what you're manifesting, protection. The removal of negativity, the removal of energy vampires. So pay attention to the people around you that become scarce. They stop showing up. They stop picking up. They want to stay and keep their distance from you. That is a really big sign of the fact that they were stealing your peace, causing this distress. They may have that energetic vampire attached to them. And so again, agent number 1414, okay, with that energy being attached to them and you being associated with them or hanging out or being in the same environments, it could have affected you, okay, again, with the warning sign there, okay, you were being warned to refrain and abstain, all right, so for those of you that remember that slow down video, all right, that's what that was about. And the last message. Yeah, somebody's a heavy drinker. You need to stay away from heavy drinkers, okay? because they try to form some sort of spiritual attachment to you. Okay, that is closed book on that for the collective spread. All right, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to see what's going on here for you guys in regards to, and this is for pile one. Pile one is the fire magic pile. So let's see what's manifesting in the physical for you guys. Pile one, fire magic means that you either burned a petition, a piece of paper that you wanted, whatever you desired, you wrote it down, whether it's a prayer, a mantra, a petition for your ancestors, a petition for your spirit guides, burning ancestor bills or hell notes or anything, or bay leaves, okay? Burning anything is fire magic. For those that pick pile one, what is manifesting for them this particular month in the mundane reality that they can actually see shifting and changing. All right. So we have Oreye O. Okay. Give praise to Mother Oshun. Working with Oshun, I see. Lighting candles and honoring Oshun. Oshun is here. And Oshun said that she will guide you and bring to you many blessings. Oreye Oshun. Ashe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So some of you guys work with Oshun, okay? Some of you guys, okay, we have bay leaf energy. You utilize some of these herbs for protection, or you should incorporate these particular herbs for protection, okay? Ready? We have mint. We have bay leaf. We have cinnamon, peppermint, angelica roots, basil, okay? And pepper, okay? Peppercorn is good for protection and banishing away negativity. All right, you can utilize these for protection, maybe around your candles or into your candle spells. You can use it as a spiritual bath as well, okay? Just make sure that you connect with the herb. Also, you know, do your research and see how it's going to incorporate what you specifically want to manifest. So I am seeing that you could have did a particular offering, all right, to a crossroads deity, okay? If it's not Elegua or Eshu, it could have been Hecate, all right? It just depends on your particular spirit guide, all right? But I'm seeing crossroads energy, spiritual offering, placed onto an altar for a statue or a shrine or something of that nature, okay? Something about palm oil or smoked fish or popcorn, okay? Angel number 1919, okay? It was received. All right, something ceremonial. I'm definitely speaking to a ceremonial practitioner. So you do rituals, you do the whole full thing. You make sure that the candles are there. You make sure that the flowers are there. You make sure that you spray the perfume and the cologne. You make sure that everything is pretty and presentable. All right, you do things with respect and honor, okay? And they love that about you, all right? So whatever you petitioned for through that particular offering or that ritual, whatever you asked for when you lit that candle, for Oshun or for Elegua or for Hecate or Eshu, okay, it definitely got received, all right? So they're working on that. That is what's being worked on this particular month. To communicate more with your spirit squad, your spiritual team, you need to use get into a trance state, okay, where you are in a meditative state and you're open to listening to what they have to say, because they do want to assist you. And be specific on your needs next time around with your petition. Don't just write, I need money or I need a job, you know. Kind of tell them what's really going on and why you need it, right? So say, you know, I want a stable job because I'm usually faced with a lot of instability financially and I want to love the job, right? Versus just saying, hey, I need this much money and, help me, right? Make sure that you are asking for love, right? Make sure that you're saying, I want to make sure that I'm still giving to myself in regards to self-love and paying attention to my wants and needs and desires, but I also want a partner that is also going to be able to pour into me and respect me and love me the way that I deserve, right? Let's not just like try to start attracting whatever, because again, with protection here, your spiritual team wants you to protect yourself most of all. Okay. So a lot of protection work has definitely been done, and it is active this particular month. Okay. For you guys, we have thunder over thunder. Business wise, if your business or your money is facing an alarming setback, you will need to strengthen your resolve to prevail. So there's something in regards to your businesses or your money petitions that needs to be stronger. Okay. So again, you may need to revisit. What I always like to tell to my clients, especially like program, I always tell them, if you're going to manifest something, you need to write it out like if it was a contract. Okay. You cannot miss anything in that contract. You want to make sure that, you also write the things that you do not want, that you will not accept, that will void the contract altogether. Right. So that way there's no room for confusion when you're manifesting. There's no room for hiccups. There's no room for, having to undo work. Okay. And so that's your money message in regards to that. So there's something that you need to strengthen in regards to your money practices, your money ceremonies, okay, money washes, money candles, money oils, money herbs, perhaps, okay, something like that. Make sure that you also, when you're doing that, okay. And then in regards to love, they're saying examine your own behavior for any destructive habits, because that can go against what you're trying to attract and what you want near. Okay. And this could have been something that this is something that's on repeat that could have been occurring since 2020, 2022, something of that nature. You want to make sure that you're re-examining those particular habits or particular, self-destructive things that happen, and you eradicating them is going to also bring more room for you to attract the right kind of love and for you to receive the right kind of love in your life. Okay. All right. What's going on here? And again, fire magic also means like banishing away things, or transmuting things, turning, something into something else, like alchemizing. All right. What else? What other messages for those that partake in fire magic? What will they be seeing? Yeah, I'm definitely speaking to like someone that's like an eclectic witch, all right, a ceremonial witch. I do see that there's Babalu Aye, okay? Some of you have been trying to manifest some sort of healing here, all right? So that is going to definitely come up as well. Healing, all right? Restoration of energy. Some of you guys have been trying to invoke more wisdom, spiritual wisdom. We have a lunar witch here, so moon magic. All right. You need to study more moon magic. Okay. Study the phases and cycles of which you do your protection work. You may be more comfortable at night versus daytime, but there's always a time and a place to do things. All right. Honors your energy and what honors the moon as well. So if you're only doing full moon cycles or new moon rituals, kind of start learning about the waning moon to protect yourself, to push things away, to minimize problems, to create openings, open like roads and things of that nature. Okay. So they're saying that what is going to be manifesting this particular month for you guys has a lot to do with what you did during the fall. Okay. So you did something either in September, October, November, or December in terms of a ritual or a fire incantation, a candle, even if it's like a prayer candle. Okay. It's a fire ritual. Okay. You could have did something either between the 1st and the 3rd, or the 21st and the 23rd. For those of you that have your journals and stuff like that, you would definitely go ahead and figure out what that ritual was. Okay. But I am seeing that that is what's coming to fruition in the mundane reality for you guys this particular month. So whatever that petition was, whatever that ceremony was, whatever that offering was, whatever that protection work was, that is what's coming out for you guys. Okay. And I do see that you guys have had issues with reaching some particular goals, and this is now going to be fixed. You're going to go back on track. Okay. Especially if you faced a lot of limitations, or like hindrances in regards to how much you can accomplish in regards to your goals. And I'm just gonna, call them goals for right now, because this is a general reading, even though it is a pickup pile. So for pile 1, I do see that whatever you have set in the fall, it is actually going to start to manifest in the physical in this next upcoming month for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw some tarot on this to get some more insight. All right. Clarify what is manifesting in the physical for them. Welcome, y'all. If you guys want any services from me, go to spiritualistboutique.com and use the promo code CONNECT25 to get 25% off of any and all of my services. Okay. All right, let's see. We have the 4 of Wands. So you guys are manifesting peace and serenity, not just in your home, but in your environment in general. Okay. There is going to be structure and stability for you guys this upcoming month. All right. Your home is protected. So if you guys did anything in regards to protecting your home or your family members, for some of you protecting marriage, okay, that is what's coming out. All right. We have the King of Swords. You guys, I did see this energy of making sure that you are clear-headed, seeing the truth. All right. So some of you guys, you have a spiritual, a spirit guide kind of assisting you in regards to your plans. All right. And in regards to making sure that you're taking decisions head over heart instead of being emotionally impulsive. All right. So you're being protected by a masculine. All right. Some of you guys were trying to make sure that you were in your own emotional energy, protecting your own emotional space. All right. So I am seeing that emotional regulation. All right. The removal of unwanted emotional partners or emotional manipulators. Okay. And we have the World here. Some of you guys wanted to close out a chapter with certain particular people. All right. Some of you guys wanted to fix a particular situation so that way you can start a brand new cycle, a healthy cycle. All right. We have the 2 of Coins and the King of Wands. Some of you guys could have also did like script writing or a vision board as well. Okay. Or you may have a journal with a lot of the things that you want to manifest in there. There is going to be financial and resources, financial stability, and what is this? Something about resources are coming back to you, okay, or balancing out. You're going to have more than enough, okay. I'm definitely talking to somebody that's spiritual. So you will be pretty much, and then we hear the sirens. So you called reinforcements spiritually for protection, for divine sacred essence, all right, to restore your energy, to restore your power, to make sure that, things heat up in the right way. You wanted to transmute something, you transmuted it, okay? So not only should you continue to work on your protection work, but now with this upcoming month, you should definitely figure out, how to tailor those other petitions or those other things to manifest into reality. Now that you have this protection around you and around your goals, you want to also make sure that you are attracting, okay? All right, that being said, let's go into pile 2. All right, so pile number 2, you guys have the spiritual bath pile, okay? So you could have been trying to manifest something or attract something through spiritual baths, okay, in particular. So let's see, how is that coming into your mundane reality this next upcoming month from whenever you're watching. All right. For the spiritual bath pile, what are they manifesting into reality for the spiritual bath pile? All right. Your spirit squad said you need to stop getting in your own way. Sometimes you get in your own way and it's through your negative thoughts. If you become more optimistic and more positive, especially after spiritual bathing, okay, and being in your own energy, it's going to help you to direct what you want to come towards you, okay? So that negative mindset or those negative thoughts, okay, that could be really like shadow aspects of you that you gotta kind of put in check from time to time, okay? All right. Some of you guys can also work with container magic. Container magic is basically a fancy way of saying jar spells, okay? So you could have worked with dried rose petals. If you haven't, you should be able to start working with that energy, especially because this does help you to attract good feelings. It helps for, invoking love and kindness. It also brings forward passion, feelings of passion and romance. It's also depending on the color of rose petals that you utilize. It can be used for white baths if it's white flowers. It could be used for self-love if they're pink and yellow. All right. Friendships, it just really depends on what you're trying to manifest. But maybe working with petals of roses, all right, will help you. Or rose water, okay? Rose perfume or oil. What else here? They're saying for you to communicate more often with your spiritual team and your spirit squad because they're looking for ways to connect with you. Some of you guys, you have very lucid or vivid dreams. Some of you guys can astral project or astral travel in your particular dreams. And so you have your spirit guides that try to connect with you in the dream realm. And they want you to follow particular instructions for your own spiritual growth, okay? So for those of you that have a hard time from time to time for dream journaling or just remembering your dreams, try having like a glass or a vase of water by your bedside while you go to bed and kind of see how that changes things, okay? And you can dispose of that water the following day. You can definitely keep it up for a week, but I usually dispose it up to a day. So the following day, I just dispose of it, all right? So I am seeing this energy of a ceremonial witch as well here. So, and a cosmic witch. So somebody that utilizes like the planets, and you can work with like planetary oils or zodiac crystals or something that helps for you to connect with your zodiac sign. Okay. We have birch tree energy. And I believe birch tree is also like an essential oil, okay? It is good for you to use if you're trying to heal. So anything in regards to healing, fertility, birth, or connecting with your divine feminine energy, that is going to help you, all right? All right, hold on. So of reconnecting with a divine feminine energy, whether it's with yourself or with someone else, okay, this upcoming week. So for this month, they're saying that you also need to continue to work on clearing out your heart space, because that's the best way for us to receive and to attract things. So with your spiritual baths, I feel like if you've done anything in regards to healing, if you've done anything in regards to self-love, if you've done anything in regards to restoring your energy, they're saying please remember to also work on clearing your heart center, okay? Be open to receive love, be open to receive support, be open to receive healing and blessings, is what they're saying, all right? Forgive the past, it is over. Learn from it and let it go. Sometimes if we're trying to manifest for us to heal, we can't heal completely because we're still holding on to resentment, or we're still holding on to the fact that we're waiting for closure to happen. And sometimes that kind of stalls our manifestation, and we kind of sit there like, oh, I did that bath and nothing's happening, or I kind of feel better, but like I don't see any tangible results. And this has something to do with, like, again, closing out your heart center and not being able to open up to those particular manifestations. That's probably why they were talking about the rose petals. So working with roses is definitely going to help you, okay? Please remember that people are growing every single day and constantly changing. And so the person that you could have dealt with could be imagining you to be the same person, and that you haven't changed. And so that person might not be changing, right? And or so they may be changing, but not in the way that you want them to change, right? And so it's better to, when you're doing these spiritual baths and stuff like that, you're paying attention to your own energy and how your energy is affecting other people and how they show up. Because once you raise your vibration and you're working with these spiritual baths, whether it be a protection bath, if you have a protection bath or like a spellbreaker bath or something like that, and you notice that like there's certain people that don't want to be around you, or certain people like they get like really weird, then that's just because your energy is just not in alignment with them, okay? And same thing with like you're trying to attract certain things, and certain people, certain opportunities come towards you, and there's like for some reason delays, or you're not able to see certain people anymore, or you like you just missed the person, like, oh, they just left like 5-10 minutes ago, or they were here this morning and now you're here in the night. There's something there in regards to like you're no longer in alignment, you're no longer in each other's paths, and that's because you raise your vibration, or whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to bring into your reality has nothing to do with them, and what yours regards to your blessings, because it's for you, right? There's something here in regards to like you don't okay, so you do this thing where like you like to escape your own feelings, and that's not okay, especially when you're trying to attract something emotionally. If you're trying to attract something emotionally, you have to live in your feelings, right? And so anything that can cause escapism is actually hindering or delaying your manifestations. So the more that you are in the energy of happiness and laughter and joy and just peace in your heart space, the more things just kind of flow to you. Have you ever noticed, like, when you're really happy that particular day or that particular week, all these things, like all these positive things happen, right? And there's like those few people that kind of try to pop your bubble or ruin things. Those are the people that are literally trying to stop your manifestation. Those are the people that are not in alignment with you. Those are the people that sit there and make you sit there and make you go into this negative thought form and maybe it's not supposed to happen for me. Maybe, and that's because these people are projecting that type of, energy onto you. So just make sure that, you pay attention to what types of spiritual baths you're doing, what oils are involved, what herbs you're utilizing, what sprays, because also colognes have a higher vibration as well, depending on particular colognes and what spirits basically run from you, and the spirits that surround you, because not all spirits are bad spirits, right? Okay. Sorry, y'all. I think I lost y'all for a second. They're saying be happy and be in the moment. Some of you guys have a connection to Mother Teresa, okay? That could be significant, right? Mother Mary, Mother Teresa, like, anything else here in regards to those spiritual baths? So maybe lighting those particular candles can help you as well. You have a crystal witch, you use crystals. All right. Okay, so I'm also seeing utilizing particular herbs for luck. You know, you can use allspice, you can use nutmeg, and you could use comfrey, okay? And that will help for luck. So some of you guys need to boost your luck, or if you've done anything for luck, this is your confirmation that this week, this particular month, you're going to see that shift, all right, from whenever you're watching. All right. Confirmation this month. You'll see it. I promise you will this month, okay? And that's actually my incense ash. That was my, I think that was my cinnamon honey incense that I left on the table. You know how it leaves like the little ash residue? So maybe cinnamon and honey. Oh, doing a milk bath, adding honey to it can also help you to attract, okay? Cleopatra style, okay? So the other thing they're saying, you know, elder wisdom is important. So some of you guys, you may need to like ask or research a little bit more. Maybe there's some more spiritual baths that can help you that you haven't tried yet, okay? Another thing, if you ever feel like, oh, well, you know, I always have to buy something for spiritual baths, let me tell you, if you can get to a river, if you can get to a beach, that is the original version of getting a spiritual bath, okay? That is actually the most powerful way for you to have a spiritual bath, is for you to get into that ocean, is for you to get into, well, not the ocean, but the beach, get into the beach or get into the river, okay? And this is this is the reason why when we usually go on vacation, right? Because that's the only time we give ourselves the time for spiritual rejuvenation is vacation time. But if you try to do this at least, you know, 2 times a year to actually get into that body of water and just release everything spiritually, you are going to be able to purge, all right? And when you get out of that water, whether it be the river or whether it be, you know, the beach, you're going to immediately feel the relief, immediately. So that's why you feel so at peace and so calm and so happy when you are on vacation, because you usually end up going to the water. All right. And that's why it's just one of the things that, like, you know, I always have a habit of collecting seawater, you know, when I'm at the beach, you know, or some seashells or something like that, something that will connect me back to the water, that will help, that I can incorporate into my spiritual bath, you know. So don't feel that, you know, you always have to like go to a spiritual shop to get their particular spiritual bath or anything like that. No, like, yeah, it may be beneficial. They might have some more, you know, spiritual energy and power into the things that they create and things of that nature. But, you know, you can always go back to the source, and that is nature, and that is God's creation, you know, the creator's creation, right? And so that is also connecting with the water. So some of you guys are really connected to water. And so that's the best way for you to reconnect with yourself on an emotional level as well. Okay. Anything else for those that are manifesting through spiritual baths? Anything else? All right. We have transformation. We have change. You are creating movements this particular month. All right. Again, with the cosmic witch. Okay. So you work with zodiac signs, astrology, birth charts, horoscopes, planetary movements and alignments. If you don't, you should, because this will also enhance your manifestations as well on the specific dates and times in which you do your spiritual baths and soaks. It will become more potent, okay? Moon water, sun water, okay, is also going to be beneficial for you. All right. Putting crystals on top, the crystals that you can't wet, you put them on top of a jar or around the jar of water to magnify the intention of the water. For the crystals that you can put into the water, then you can go ahead and put that into the water. You can drink it, you can bathe in it, you can use it as a spray for the house or a spray, to spray yourself down and things of that nature. Okay. And let's get some more details here on what is happening. We have transportation. All right. So movement. So something in regards to a vehicle. All right. You were trying to attract something here. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Anything else? So, maybe you threw a spiritual bath over top of a car, or maybe that's another way for you to be able to protect or attract certain types of energies. That's also a way for you to cloak your vehicle. I don't like cloaking vehicles, and this is why. Some people are like, oh yeah, I cloak my vehicle and I don't have any issues with the police. This is a spiritual reason why you should not cloak your vehicle, because sometimes people won't see your vehicle and then they'll hit it. I wouldn't, if you're a beginner in regards to spiritual practices and stuff like that, and using stuff like that, the most thing that I will tell you about vehicle protection is to cut a onion and to rub the onion on the wheels and to call and invoke 4 archangels, and one of them must be absolutely Archangel Michael. Okay. And then of course, I'm not going to have you running around with an onion smelling car. And then again, you just go ahead and wash your car regularly. Right. But that is to protect your wheels. So that's supposed to protect you from all sides, in the front and in the back. Okay. And then of course, if you want to go another notch, you can do like Archangel Michael prayers, have an Archangel Michael prayer in your car. Like there's ways that you can still protect your vehicle. And I 100% get it, because some people, the evil eye is real. It is real, y'all. So yes, there is ways for you to spiritually cleanse and protect your vehicle as well. Okay, we have the Ace of Coins. Some of you guys are manifesting money, bringing in new money opportunity, new money prospects, new money projects, okay, because of this spiritual bath or these spiritual baths that you've been doing. So I do feel like there is a removal of blockages financially for you, and that is allowing for beautiful things to attach themselves to you, right? Because when you are cleansed, the good things can stick. Anything else for what they're manifesting in regards to their spiritual baths this particular month? What are they manifesting? We have the Hangman. If there was a pause, again, because I'm seeing change, movement, and transportation. If there was a pause, if things were kind of stuck in the air in regards to something, those spiritual baths are allowing for their movement. Oh, so now I'm hearing stagnation. If you had stagnation in any area of your life, expect movement, okay? Expect movement. And for some of you with that Hangman position, I feel like you may have put yourself in a bad situation, or you're able to then get yourself out of it because of these spiritual bath workings. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Your intuition is enhancing. All right, so you're able to listen to your intuition very loudly. You're able to listen to the energy as it shifts around you. You're able to pick up energy very quickly. All right, so your intuition is magnetizing at this time. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and so is your love. That's beautiful. I love to see the Wheel of Fortune when it comes to anything in regards to manifestations, because that lets me know that you're going to be luckier than the next person to get whatever you actually desire and want. Again, if you were stuck, if there was a hindrance, if there was a blockage, if there were obstacles, if people kept saying no and no and no and no, or not right now, or we'll see, or we don't know right now, or something has to be processed, now you're on top. Now you get yeses. Now things are going to go in your direction. All right. Now you're a little bit more in control of the direction things head for you in regards to whatever those, whatever you were saying when you were in those baths, because it's not just about soaking in the bath. It's not just about sitting there and just like letting it, the magic work, but it's also about the prayers that we say. And, sometimes spiritual baths are very, very emotional. I start crying and I don't know. I know how I am. Like I be like hitting the water. I'm just like, oh, just get it off me. Like I'm done. I'm tired. Like, and sometimes it just depends on the spiritual bath that you do, right? It's like sometimes it's very invigorating, but the release is like really emotional, and it's like a purge that happens. And then when you finally get up, I don't know. You guys comment down below. Let me know. Like when I usually get up and I know it's like a heavy spiritual bath, like it's like very strong and potent. It almost feels like the water's trying to suck me down again. Like, so sometimes I have to like let the drain kind of go for a little bit and then try to get up, because it kind of feels like the water tries to suck you back down. So that's that negativity. That's all the energy that like you just got rid of that's trying to suck you back down, and you're just like, get out of here. All right, we have the King of Wands. Some of you guys could have lit a candle also with your spiritual bath, okay? Or it will probably help if you do a combination of both of these things to like enhance whatever you're trying to manifest, or to pick it up, because fire is also quickness, to speed things up. And last message. Then we have the World card here. So yeah, I do feel like you're going to be able to see this like all around you, actually. Not just that, but financial stability is here. Being able to provide for yourself, not having to depend on anyone else financially, is also a beautiful thing that's coming out for you guys, okay? Support from all areas is something else that's coming out here as well, in regards to what's coming out this particular month for your manifestation, okay? But that's what I got for you, pile 2. Let me go ahead and clear out this energy and get into pile 3 for those that chose the vision board and the scripting. All right. And notice how I'm not intertwining the messages either, because I'm just putting them to the side so that way we don't get repeat messages. So if you feel like watching all the piles and you're here at pile 3, you're here for a reason. All right. After I finish this live stream, I'll make sure that, I'll go ahead and put the timestamps, because I know you like to look through the timestamps through your pile and stuff. Okay. So pile 3. For those of you that you like to work with vision boards, you like to work with pictures and posters, or writing things down, or writing letters, or writing petitions, or script writing is basically writing like something already happened, but you want it to happen and it hasn't happened yet, right? So this is like, all right, I'm so excited that I get to finally ride this beautiful freaking car that I wanted for like the past 10 years. And I finally get to ride this car. And not only do I get to ride this car is mine. It belongs to me. It's in my name and it's paid in full. I got to give this person a ride. Oh, this person saw me at the gas station riding this new car. Oh my God, right? It's like that type of energy, right? So you're just writing out like the script of what it would look like for you to be living in the present tense of that manifestation, that scripting. Vision board is almost like to keep you on track of what you actually want, and so for you to reprogram your mind into thinking, that is actually possible, right? So that's like making sure that you have like that picture of that vacation spot, and it's like in your work area, or let's say it's, in your room. So every time you wake up, you see this image, right? And that subconsciously, these are subliminal. So vision boards are more like subliminal manifestations. So reprogramming your mind. And then the script writing is like creating it into reality, the exact way that you want it to play out. Okay. So let's see how your vision boards or your scripting is manifesting into the physical this particular month. How is it manifesting into the physical this particular month? Oh, some of you guys actually did this around the full moon cycle, okay? So you partaken in this, like creating this vision board or charging. So charging can, like, maybe you lit a candle next to it, maybe you lit some incense next to it, okay? Maybe you were writing into that scripting journal or book or whatever that particular moon cycle, okay? Some of you guys, you have a spirit guide called Ogun, all right? So you may also have, I'm also hearing like you may have family that went to the military base, cops, judges, lawyers, something like that in the family. And so they help you with like justice things. Some of you guys could try to have manifest some sort of justice, either spiritually or actual in the legal system for you. And that's manifesting for you in the physical this upcoming month, okay? We have brilliance, fire over fire. So your money message here is enthusiasm is a key to finding creative solutions to current money problems, okay? And your love message is be enthusiastic about your partner's developments and be sure to enjoy this time of inspiration. So you guys are going to be inspired this particular month in regards to your love relationships, okay? Some of you guys, you work with a female deity. You could have been working with a female deity, all right? Again, make sure that you only take what resonates for you guys, all right? And then we have this energy of Elegua Eshu, and that definitely came out in the collective energy as well. So there was messages over there in regards to that. So we have crossroads energy. All right, crossroads energy can also be Hecate, all right? Some of you guys are connected to earth spirits, okay? So to nature spirits, from what I'm seeing here, all right? I'm seeing somebody is a house witch. So someone that, you know, cleanses the home and make sure that everybody is healing through the things that they're drinking and eating, okay? So you basically you're like the witch of the house, okay? Or the witch in the family type of thing, okay? If that's how you identify. But you're somebody that like you are good on like researching tinctures and apothecary things and learning everything in regards to herbs, so that way you don't have to lean too much on big pharma, right? Things like that, okay? Or you're being called to start doing that, right? To go ahead and invest in that book, or go ahead and try to invest in that course or something like that, okay? Maybe that's a part of your vision board, okay? You know, I'm also seeing this energy of like someone can utilize like their yoni energy, okay? It's like orgasm type thing for self-empowerment, okay? So this is the reclamation of your own sexual energy and sexual power, okay? I am seeing that energy. So if you felt like somebody was trying to like manipulate your energy or do some weird stuff, I do see that this upcoming month, your yoni energy is coming back. So this is your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus energy is coming back 10 times fold. So you're starting to become more creative. You're starting to feel more alive. You're starting to feel more grounded. The insecurities that you were facing are no longer very present, okay? I am seeing that energy because I do feel like someone was trying to like connect themselves to your energy or something really weird here. But I feel like you are breaking free from that, okay? You're breaking free from that this particular month, all right? Anything else? Oh, you have a lot of messages. Wow, okay. So some of you guys have been doing like maybe you created your vision board or you were scripting like around the spring. So we have March, April, May, June, either the 1st or the 2nd, maybe the 20th or the 21st could be significant, okay? Your spirit guides could have been blocked for some time as well. okay, from helping you. And I want to see why. Oh, because you weren't well rested. So there's something that, okay, so when it comes to your manifestations, you need to be well rested. You can't manifest when you're in distress. So like this is giving someone was probably trying to attach themselves to you in your sleep or something like that, or maybe somebody was like psychically attacking your sleep, and then like there was a period of time that where you couldn't sleep that much. Um, Sleep deprivation or sleepless nights, that kind of dulls your energy of manifesting from what I'm seeing here. Okay, so you need to be well rested when you're trying to manifest. All right, you need to make sure that you're not in the energy of frustration or irritability or impatience, because that also kind of puts setbacks in regards to your manifestations. What else? They said that that was a very beautiful offering and we love it. Okay. There's something that you're trying to manifest, but you need to look elsewhere. Okay. Keeping yourself busy is good, but make sure the company that you keep is healthy. There's different, they said there's different forms of salts. You don't have to only use that type of salt. So rock salt, pink Himalayan sea salts, okay, for grounding, purification, and absorbing negative energy. Um, okay, so they gave you a Rumi quote. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Sometimes they're saying sometimes it's beneficial for you to experience pain because without pain you don't experience pleasure. And so they're saying because you've experienced so much pain and so much um, discord in your life, you can appreciate what is supposed to be valued. All right. I do feel like you guys were dealing with a masculine with a shadow trait here. Um, and so there's something here in regards to you like unable to let something go, or this particular shadow masculine being manipulative or abusing your emotional intelligence, or um, minimizing your devotion. This person's very calculating and stuff like that, but they're saying that is not all of who you are. That experience is not all of who you are. Don't allow that experience to drain you any longer. And this is the best way for you to heal from that. And this is the best way for you to get out of that energy, and not allow this person to manipulate you anymore, because you're someone that has a kind heart. You're open minded. You have a very loving, beautiful spirit. And um, that's exactly what makes you the most powerful person, right? And so I am seeing that energy for you guys as well. um, amazing messages today. Anything else? Vision boards and scripting, what are they seeing in their mundane reality? All right, we have fertility, living, renewal. So something is renewing, but in the most beautiful ways. Okay. Some of you guys could have, did something with a jar spell or something like that. Maybe you put your script into a jar spell. I don't know. Maybe they're saying like that will also help you to ward off negativity. Ooh, warding off negativity is going to help you to bring forward things easier for you. All right. So don't just script right. Don't just do vision boards. Make sure that you're cleansing. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally. Make sure that you have those boundaries up. Make sure that you're still reclaiming your power, right? Because with that fertility energy, and they were talking about, your sexual power, gaining that back. Don't give your sexual power away to anyone, right? Don't feel that, just because that situation happened, this is going to be a end all do all thing that's going to keep happening over and over again. You're in a different lane now. You're not even in the same lane as this person. You're not nowhere near where this person is going to be in the future. And so you don't have to worry about those encounters, but you do definitely have to make sure that you are able to let go, because there's something in regards to a closure dynamic is that's unhealed. Okay. And so making sure that you're warding off negativity, warding off evil eye, warding off, or just pushing people away that are in that type of time with like, talking crap and stuff like that. That's not going to help you. All right. And that's closed on that. And let's get some more details. All right. What else are they manifesting? So yeah, they're saying also the energy of water is going to help you. So some spiritual baths is going to help you as well, besides the vision boards. Okay. All right, we have the Seven of Wands, and that's a definite confirmation on protection work. Protection rituals are also significant, okay? Protecting your heart space, protecting your energy, protection candles or protection smoke bundles or incense, all right, can also help. We have this Ace of Swords here. You're manifesting some sort of documentation, information, some sort of breakthrough, some sort of victory in regards to whatever you scripted or whatever is in your vision board, okay? You have the High Priestess. You already know what I'm talking about. So there's something here that like, it's going to, I'm seeing this energy of like, when it happens for you and starts to manifest in the physical, you're going to be like, that's something that I wrote. That's in my script journal, or that's something that is on my vision board. Like I remember that, right? And as it happens, they're saying, keep those things sacred, keep them to yourself. So when certain things happen, there's a time where you tell everybody, and there's a time where you kind of just sit there and just take that honor of the fact that like, yeah, I did that. And I don't have to say to anybody that I did that, just for you to know that you did that you manifested that, right? So protect the style of manifestation or the technique that you use. All right. We have the Knight of Wands. Some of you guys are going to get another confirmation through another psychic. They're probably going to give you a little bit more information, probably this upcoming week or something like that. Either this next upcoming week or in the next 2 weeks, you're going to get another indication of this particular manifestation coming in. All right. Again, another confirmation on like perhaps lighting a candle to charge that journal or to charge that vision board or something like that. Okay. And it might not be a candle because again, like this is more like paper. So I feel like it's more like incense, the aroma. All right. Get it fired up. All right. This is also taking action. So those baby steps that you need to take in the physical is actually going to bring forward that manifestation physically. Okay. We have the King of Swords. I'm seeing strategy. The strategy that you have, stick to it in regards to this manifestation, to whatever you've been writing. And again, scripting can also be whatever you write in your petition. So maybe these are like the petitions that you put under the candle, or the petitions that you write on the candle, or the petitions that you speak onto the candle. So these could also be incantations, okay? Anything else here in regards to what they're manifesting in the physical? We have the Six of Wands, victory. So yes, you're definitely going to see something. Absolutely, for sure. This upcoming month in regards to something. Like give me more details. Like what are they going to see? What are they going to see? Exactly. Give them that confirmation. What are they going to see? All right. Oh, we have the Ace of Coins and we have the Two of Coins. All right. So you're definitely going to see not just money, but you're going to see a lifestyle change. There's something in regards to something changing in your lifestyle and then protecting that. Protecting your peace, protecting that balance. All right. With the Ten of Swords, this gives this energy of like whatever you were trying to kill off, right? Whether that been your ego, whether it been a bad situation, whether like you just want to leave something and be done with it. That is exactly what's manifesting this particular month. Okay. The Ten of Swords is that energy of like, there's only up. You're only going up from here. Like, you've already hit rock bottom and now you're actually getting back up and you're climbing up to the top again. All right. With that Eight of Swords energy in the middle, okay, it's really giving, don't get in your head. Don't get in your head, because you need to believe that you can act like you are actually powerful. There's something about like actually reclaiming your power, okay? Changing your mentality, that 6 of Swords, okay? So this is really a mental game this upcoming month for you. So don't fall back into like those toxic traits of not feeling good enough or not feeling that you are powerful enough, because you are so much more powerful than what you believe. All right, with that Queen of Cups energy, I do feel like also you're going to be able to detect energies. And when I say detect energies, I feel like this is the energy of like, you can tell when someone is clapping for you because they like you and they like what's happening for you. And you can tell when someone's being fake as fuck to you. Okay. And so intuitively, if you feel that there's something that you need to reject, that you need to decline, that you have to kind of step away from, that you have to protect yourself emotionally from, or something just feels off, this is another insight of like whether or not something is for you, right? In regards to whatever you've been scripting, whatever your vision boards are, whatever your petitions are, right? Making sure that, you know, okay, this is it versus no, I don't think this is it, right? So again, do not second guess yourself. Do not second guess yourself. And the last confirmation that I'm seeing here is a soulmate dynamic coming together. All right. And we're closing out in 1444 energy. So again, your manifestations are protected. I will see you guys for the next live stream. Peace.